Hello, and welcome to my Week 2 presentation, A Glance at the California State Budget, prepared for MPA 530, led by Dr. Groves. First, I would like to provide a brief overview of the entire budget and then take a deeper look at a couple of the governor's priorities. The budget proposed by the governor in January is conservative. It comes in around $227.2 billion and increased over last year's expenditures of $196 billion. The budget is then passed along to the legislature for review and amendment in the House and Senate. At the end, the result of this review is the May revision, which provided for a new estimate of $267.7 billion, an increase of 17.85% over the governor's base. Final adjustments are then made depending on revenue sources and other functional necessities, and the enacted budget was set at $262.6 billion. You can see from the pie pieces on these charts that health and human services and education take up 63 to 70% of the budget. These are two categories of spend from which the priorities I would like to review are funded. COVID-19 had a huge impact on government, one that we will feel for years to come. And in order to help mitigate the future pressure from this impact, the Governor of California is supporting several health and human services and economic plans. The two that I have chosen, the Golden State Stimulus, a state stimulus payment to low-income workers who were eligible for the Earned Income Tax Credit in 2019, and the Children and Youth Behavioral Health Initiative, a plan to increase the number of students receiving preventative and early care in behavioral health. The governor's budget calls for $2.4 billion in funding for the stimulus and $400 million for behavioral health to be used over the next 3 years. May revisions called for an increase to the stimulus to help not only individuals, but to promote continued investment for small business. The amount requested is an additional $1.5 billion. The May revision added an additional $1 billion in federal ARPA funds, $300 million in Mental Health Services Act partnership, $23.8 million from the Lanterman Act, $39.2 million for youth in foster care with behavioral health needs provided to the counties, and $12.4 million for a study on the treatment and prevention of adverse childhood experiences. The enacted budget reports that a total of $7.6 billion was spent on the first Golden State Stimulus package, and that another $1.8 billion is budgeted for the Golden State Stimulus 2 package to aid low to middle income individuals, families, and undocumented families. The enacted budget for the Children and Youth Behavioral Initiative is $1.4 billion for fiscal year 21-22 and continues funding into the next biennium. As discussed, the two priorities I have chosen have both increased from their base budget. If you take a look at the budget as a whole, you can see ups and downs as decisions are made on where priorities lie and how to best utilize our resources. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation and I look forward to your feedback.